Hey everyone, Anna here. Today I want to share something that can completely change the way you think about your potential. It's a simple but powerful idea. You only know your limits when you cross them. And more often than not, those limits are far beyond what you believe they are. Let me explain. Think about weightlifting. You're bench pressing 200 pounds and it feels heavy. You're convinced that 220 is your absolute max. But what happens when you try 230? You push through and it works. Then you go for 250 and you fail. In that moment, you discover something incredible. Your limit isn't 220. It's somewhere between 230 and 250. You just had to push past what you thought was possible to find out. That's the power of crossing your limits. It's not about staying in your comfort zone. It's about venturing into the unknown, failing and learning. Because failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of understanding what you're truly capable of. Now, let's take another example. Learning a new skill. Imagine you're learning to play the guitar. You've mastered a few chords and can play a couple of songs. You think, this is as good as I'll ever get. But what if your real potential is to play complex solos or even write your own music? You'll never know unless you push yourself to learn harder pieces, even if you fail at first. That failure will show you where your true limit lies, and it's probably far beyond what you ever imagined. And let's talk about confidence. Maybe you're shy and find it hard to talk to strangers. You think, I'm just not a social person. But what if you pushed yourself to start conversations with 10 new people this week? You might feel awkward at first, even fail a few times, but in the process, you'll discover that your limit wasn't where you thought it was. You might realize you're capable of being far more outgoing and confident than you ever believed. The same principle applies to relationships. You might think you're only capable of surface-level connections. But what if you pushed yourself to be more vulnerable, to open up more deeply? You might fail, but in that failure, you'll discover a new level of emotional depth and connection you didn't know you had. You have to understand that your mind is your biggest limiter. It creates imaginary boundaries to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens when you step into the unknown, when you risk failure, and when you discover that your limits are far beyond what you ever expected. So here's my challenge to you. Whatever you're working on right now, whether it's fitness, learning a new skill, building confidence, or deepening relationships, ask yourself, am I really at my limit, or am I just scared to fail? Push yourself to 110. Fail if you have to, because only then will you know where your true limit lies. Remember, you are capable of more than you think. Your limits are not where you believe them to be. They're out there waiting for you to cross them. So go out there, push harder, fail forward, and discover the incredible potential you've been hiding from yourself. This is Anna from the Adam Mentor team, and I'll see you in the next video.